We are back here on Girl Talk. We are talking with Linda Hopkins. We are talking about resolutions. We are talking about life coaching, but we're especially talking about
losing weight.
Well, but when you and I talked before, you're like, it's not just about losing weight. It's really lifestyle changes.
Agreed.
Right, exactly.
And thought process.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
I know. We love Linda.
Thank you. Well, I'm very excited about the program I have to offer at Lifescapes Coaching because it's not about diets and deprivation.
Oh, deprivation. I like that word.
This is the problem. A lot of people decide they're going to lose weight, and especially right around New Year's, everybody's decided, okay, now it's time to lose weight and get healthy, and so they go on a diet. And guess what? You know what? Diets work. People say diets don't work. Diets work. They all work. If you go on one and you do what you're supposed to do, it'll work. But the problem is people generally think of a diet as having an ending point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when the problem begins.
Not a life change,
Right.
not a lifestyle change for eating.
So I prefer the non-diet approach, which what we do is we deal with women's thought processes and their true hungers.
Okay.
Because if you're eating because you're stressed or you're bored or you're lonely, guess what? No amount of food is ever going to satisfy that
True.
hunger.
Right.
Right. So this is a lot of what we deal with in life
like
coaching.
that inner self.
Yeah, what is life coaching?
Life coaching is a process of self-discovery, really. And what I do if I'm your life coach is we talk about things that are going on in your life, including the weight loss, and I'm specializing in weight loss.
Okay.
So I talk to women a lot about that. But
Well, it seems to be something every woman is interested in, their body image,
Right.
you know, what their ideal, their
single woman.
expectations. Yeah.
It's like we're born with that skill to worry about it.
Right, exactly. But what I do with women is I have them set goals, and what we call them SMART goals. And that's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So we set these goals, and it can be any goal, but weight loss is what I'm focusing on. But it can be any goal in the woman's life. And then what we do is we come up together, and we come up with an action plan.
Okay.
And so the woman actually has control over the entire process, her action plan. It's her plan. And what my job is to hold her to those commitments that she's made.
Are we
to be accountable.
realistic? Do we set realistic goals for ourselves?
Well, now we will with Linda's coaching.
Well, I mean, I think is that the point? Is that, I guess that's what I'm asking is why is it so important to have a life coach? And I would say that's the exact reason.
Well, does it get into nutrition too? Do you get in that deep into emotional, but then the physical part of picking up the right foods?
Yes, we
that's
cannot
good.
ignore nutrition and exercise. Obviously, we cannot ignore those things. And I have a nutritional program that I will offer to a woman who comes to me who wants one. But a lot of my clients come to me already on a diet, and
Okay.
that's fine. I will work with anyone on whatever eating plan that they're currently on. But then what I try to do is transition them back into real life so that when they come off their diet, they're not gaining that weight back.
Linda, we're talking here at Girl Talk, we're talking about women. Do you also life coach men?
I'm only working with women at this
Okay.
point. Sorry,
Go,
guys.
girl, go, girl.
Well, I think that women have a different mindset about food
I do
in
too.
general.
I do too.
I just believe
And their
that
bodies.
our relationship with
Exactly.
food.
And well said.
Yeah.
Well, you know, men, they say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and then just drop 15. It's like, how'd you do that?
Yeah, they
I
just,
love that
How'd you do
commercial
that?
when it shows that woman like exercising and the guy just stops eating for like 3 days.
Right.
Like, done.
Exactly.
one last glass of wine. And
That's exactly
ridiculous.
ridiculous. How'd you get involved in all this?
Well, it's interesting. I had been interviewing women. I was a writer in my past life, and I was interviewing a lot of women, and I always felt like that I made really good connections with women.
You do.
And I always felt like I went away from an interview with something that the woman gave me, and I always felt like I left something behind. And I thought, there's something more that I could do with these skills. And I also used to be a school teacher. I've reinvented myself a number of times. Used to be a
Great.
school teacher,
Always
so I
good. That's
felt
a good
like
thing.
this was a good way to combine a lot of the skills that I have and also give me something that I enjoy. I really enjoy relating to people one-on-one.
And communicating with people.
Although I
Great
also
communication
work
skills.
with groups.
Is
so.
there a timeline that like Anna Ruby would, if Anna Ruby decided that you would life coach her, would she commit to a month or 6 months or 10 years or?
That's good that you said commit, because commitment is a part of the process. One life coaching session is not going to really do
Can't change
anyone
the
a
whole
lot
world.
of good.
Right.
I offer several programs. One of the programs I offer is a 6-week, what I call my Jumpstart program.
Okay.
And this is for people who are looking to lose weight. And obviously, they're not going to lose 100 pounds in 6 weeks.
Right.
But what we're doing is we're getting them on the right track within those 6 weeks. We get them on the right track. Then if they choose to continue working with me, I have a monthly program that I can offer. But yes, you do have to be willing to commit to the program.
And is this like office visits, or what is the
procedure?
I love that. And when can we check in?
I offer services from my home. People can meet with me at my home, or I will come to your home or your office if you prefer that, or I'll meet with you in a public place if you prefer. Eventually, I hope to have a real office, but for right now, this is working well. I also do telephone coaching.
What about an assessment? Do you come in and look at Lori or myself or Anna Ruby and sort of get an overall flavor of picture of where we are in our life?
Yes, that's a big part of it. We do what I call an intake. On your first visit, we would do an intake, and I have like a form that you would fill out. We're going to talk about your eating patterns, your habits, and just talk about in general what's going on in your life. Because obviously, when you need to lose weight, it's not just about the eating and the exercise. It is about those two things, but it's about whatever's going on in your life. I mean, maybe you have a lot of stress in your life, or you've just had a baby, or you've just lost your job, or all sorts of things that we struggle with. And these things are going to affect our ability to lose weight.
Do you have strategies or interventions that you use, or how do you help a woman not only set those goals but then actually bring them to fruition?
Well, she has to make her commitments each week.
Okay.
And then she knows I'm going to ask her about that.
Right, yeah.
And knowing that you're going to be accountable to someone is
like
really very powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, not that everybody, but let me ask you a question. Let's say I come to you and I do a 6-week program and I feel so much better. Then can I stay in touch with you to continue my life?
That's what you.
Yes, there's a month-to-month program, and then there's also the emergency program for someone who say they really feel like they've fallen off the wagon. And this is going to happen.
And it will happen.
Yes, everyone has plateaus. Everyone slips. So if you feel like you need a coaching session, I will offer an individual coaching session, but only for someone who has already completed the 6-week program.
It's an ebb and a flow, isn't it?
Well, I know I've worked with her on so many different projects, and the one thing that I've always taken away from Linda is that she has great communication skills. She's the best listener. You can't do anything without being a good listener.
Thank you.
And you're believable. I mean, because what you say,
genuine is the right word.
And that makes a big difference.
And this is what I want people to understand too about me is I've not always been the little thin girl. I was once a fat girl.
No, you weren't. I did not know that.
Well, I was the heaviest kid in my class all growing up. I was made fun of, and it was horrible, and it had a really big effect on my self-esteem. So I understand where women are who are struggling with this body image and
you know, I think we all like to feel good, and one way to feel good is to go life coaching and lose weight and make an all-around life change. The other way is to kind of maybe get a new hairdo. Exactly. We're going to take a quick break on Girl Talk, and we might talk about some other ways to feel good for this new year. Stay with us.
Sponsored by and filmed on location at J. Banks Design, the fresh and innovative retail destination. Also sponsored by The Greenery, serving our community since 1973. And by Michael Anthony's Cucina Italiana, offering classic fine dining Italian cuisine, plus cooking demonstrations and hands-on cooking classes in their spectacular presentation kitchen. And by Powerhouse Gym Family Fitness, motivation, confidence, and strength for a healthier, more successful you.